was the right time for my wife and I to launch our small business. We chose LegalZoom to create our LLC.
Okay, yeah, so we are back on Buffalo Woman. I'm excited. 88.47 is not that far away from 100. Absolutely not. Working on her solely, I can get about 5% a month done because after I'm done streaming, I'll bring her down. I'll work on her while I'm like sitting next to my computer. So, oh my goodness. I still have that yuck in my throat for whatever reason. 1 second, my volume isn't that loud. How are we doing now? There we go. Yeah. So that's what happens when I don't turn on my microphone before I turn on OBS. If I turn it on before OBS, it's all fine. But if I don't turn it on until after I've launched OBS, it's a bitch. And I should do these like pre-check things, but fuck that. So I am heading into my last week of my UX design class. And I am both excited and terrified. They lightened the course load immensely. And I'm still doing a really good chunk. I'm actually doing more work than yeah. Yes. If this were for anybody else, everything would be working, it would be a game, all I'd have to do is hit a button and go. But since it's for me, but as I run into the last week of my class, I will be getting a little bit more free time because I don't have the class to work on. I'll be able to focus a little bit more on Buffalo Woman. Okay, so we've reached that time. Rainbow Infinity Loop is all done. We got Buffalo Woman up here on the rack, and Hogwarts is launching on Thursday. So, be ready for that. Over the course of this weekend, so I had a very busy weekend. I got laser work done, so I couldn't do any detail work. I couldn't do cross stitch. I really couldn't do anything because every time I tried to focus, and it's still happening a little bit today, but every time I tried to focus my eye to look into something, it ached. And it's one of those primal aches where it's not physical. I might have a hard hat. Funny enough, might have a hard hat. But yeah, the laser work, it's not like physical pain, but it still hurts. But yeah, I'll flash you over. Look, I'm finishing up projects to clear out the area. Right now I have a set of coasters that I was working on for work or for craft fairs. That's getting its cork put on its back. Last night, I'll show you these guys. I just gotta figure out where I'm wibbly wobbling here. So, I've been talking about these guys for months and months and months, and I have all the hype, but they're actually on frames now. They're on their frames. Because where I get the stretcher bars only has like 2 or 3 out at a time, and I only have 5 of these. So I have 4 all framed, and I am beyond pleased with how they came out and their looks and whatnot. I just have to go get 4 more bars. So I'll have to wander over and hopefully pick them up this week. And by Friday, have them up on the store. There's only 5. I'm gonna sign and paw print all of them and give them their own little number. But there's only 5, $30 a pop, and 10 of that $30 is going to the Health Inequality Alliance for Maine. It is a group of people, a nonprofit that assists in gender affirming care and the alphabet mafia providing health services for the alphabet mafia, because Maine is kind of backwards and we don't have enough care for everybody. But those guys, they're going to be $30. 10 of those bucks is going to go to heal, and I have no regrets. They're 8 inches across and 14 inches tall. And I'll post the link when they're up and running, because in addition to all the other stuff that I've been doing, I have been starting to revamp the website. Moxie is a it was actually started as a medicine. And I feel that the original version probably had some medicinal qualities about it. I don't think what it is today has those same qualities, so I have an incoming ad break, by the way, in 42 seconds. In the last couple of weeks of the class, it is very focused on like setting up your brand, and I'm like, what happens if you've already done that? I've already started to establish a brand, establish a color scheme. Like I've already started, like maybe not necessarily on my design project. Well, maybe. I mean, I guess I do physical design with my fabric and my stencil art and whatnot. But it's still kind of weird to think about that I've been working on my branding for the better part of a couple years. Yeah, well, I think in May or June. And my memories will tell me when I get around to it. But May or June was when I hit affiliate. I started streaming in February. So I've been streaming for 2 years. But I've been building and learning and growing, and you guys have come along on the awkward journey with me. Because let's be fair, it has been an awkward journey. And I'm sure, I know I wouldn't have it any other way, but there's awkwardness abounds. Let's see. You guys have been through some good and some bad, and some stuff I still haven't told my family about. Well, not all mine. I've gotten a lot accomplished in this past year. I'm still super duper worried. Like, I know I did good work, but at the same time, I'm so worried, about my first Out in the Wild sale, because, I mean, I'm hoping, yeah, I'm hoping they like it, like, all the insecurities. So I showed off Rainbow Infinity to a whole bunch of people. They all oohed and awed about it, so that was fun. I had to precursor a lot of my interactions with, no, it already is going somewhere. Because, yeah, lots and lots of people definitely wanted that for themselves. And in my progress of getting stuff done, I am tackling my backlog of presents. I have kept the list of the backlog of presents that I have, and I am now tumbling through that. But I'm right now. It's mostly just trying to get ready for in a couple weeks where I have a craft fair. I like showing people stuff. I like being that body double. Like, oh hey, Ra's gonna be on for the next couple hours. I can pop her on and know when she's silent, she's hyper focused on therapeutic stabbing. But and I know I'm on at an awkward time for a lot of people, so I totally understand where I don't see some anymore, but that's because I work weird hours, and someday I will not work weird hours, and I will have to reevaluate, reassess. Oh my goodness, there we go. But Spring Forward sucks. I'm very fortunate that I had I misplaced time too. I misplaced it all over the place. There's my art to do. So once I'm done this page, and to be fair, there's not a lot left in this page. Once I'm done this page, the final section will be that's all. I'll just have that one final section, which, funny enough, is almost the entirety. The final. Oh my goodness. The entirety of the last section is all of you know what? I feel that poet, because I get my best sleep from like 3 in the morning to 7 in the morning. I was up till what time was I up till? I was up till 2:30 this morning. And the only reason I went to sleep is I forced myself. Yeah, I can stay awake. I can get up at 7:30 and stay up till 2 or 3 in the morning, but I need from like 2 or 3 in the morning until like 7 in the morning just to get that zombie power sleep. I don't get as much sleep as people like to think I do, just because I don't sleep. I can snooze, I can power snooze, but I don't actually get some deep sleep. And some days I just come home and I conk right out. Those are the days where I know that on my day off I'm not going to get anything accomplished. So, I in Squirrel Station, I called out one of my cohorts. I didn't realize that she was in Squirrel Station too. It was so funny. I feel that. I don't think any of us are really, really great at sleeping. I've definitely noticed none of this crew is really great at sleeping. Like, I could probably like snooze and rest all day and stay up all night, and that would probably be my best area of sleep. But that's not. I have disease. The diseases that I have do not like the sleep schedule that I carry. So there's an inner conflict, and fortunately enough for me, is my ADHD is willing to pander and get along with the 6 other things going on in my body that it's willing to compromise, which I enjoy and appreciate. Okay, so this week, today and tomorrow, we're working on Buffalo Woman. Wednesday I have off, it's a therapy week. No stream on Wednesday. Thursday is the premiere of Hogwarts. I'm certainly hoping that I can get its camera set up all good. It's not going to be like this. It's going to have just one big screen, and it's gonna have the big screen like where the work is, but the work screen's gonna be bigger. I'm gonna have the instructions to show you what page I'm on, and I'm gonna try to have it angled down so you guys can see what I'm working on, but you can also see me. The microphone, I'm gonna adjust it over so you guys can hear me, but it's not going to be as I don't want to say it's not going to be disorganized, but it's going to be different than this. Yeah, in all honesty, and knowing this makes it all the more impressive that I don't have a drinking problem, is if I have a drink, I will go to sleep. It's honestly, it's very nice. I don't indulge very often. But if I'm particularly exhausted and my brain has gone into, we're just going to keep you awake for the sake of keeping you awake, I will have a cider. Or there are some days where I'm just in the mood, and those are the days that I'm more than willing to drink, because I know it's not going to have any, like, I'm not emotionally drinking for the sake of trying to sleep or trying to do something or try to avoid something. I just am like, oh hey, I don't have anything to do, let's get stupid. But if I have a drink, I go to sleep, and it's that deep dark black sleep, which is nice, but I don't encourage it because it is dangerous. But I also feel that talking about it needs to happen, because some people are like, oh, I'm so weird. Like I do this, but I don't do that. Like I'm not. I have imbibed in alcohol. I can't. I've never smoked. I've never actually smoked anything because, well, my lungs like to shut and I like to breathe. So. La 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 la. And also, I'm lazy, so I've popped up my Twitch stream, so I should be able to see any rewards that are redeemed. Because OBS wants me to log into my restream, and the interface isn't that great for that. So I'm like, nah, bro, we good. But I read Divine Instinct and Captain Penis are both all set up. Their string is ready to go. So season two can start as soon as I get done Buffalo Woman. And I will be very open and honest. Divine Instinct holds priority because it's for husband creature, though Captain Penis definitely holds amusement in my bank. But the balance between the two will be great. They're both. I'm gonna start out with Divine Instinct because Captain Penis has some start going on with him. He has like 500 stitches, so I'm gonna. Maybe more than 500, but let's see. Let's see what Captain does. Nope, it's not a woman. That's even. Okay, he has 800 stitches done. Oh yeah. And then, so I currently have White Buffalo Woman, I have Call Dance, and Divine Instinct all kitted up, and I also have one more kitted up for the in-laws. And after that, I'm gonna have to run polls to, but I'm thinking I might get done faster on these other ones, but because White Buffalo Woman had a lot of confetti. And, yes, he has. I bought Buffalo Woman and Divine Instinct at the same time. But I like to balance it out because, ADHD and some bull crap like that. But yeah, with having 3 kitted up, I also have more kits than I have a lot of kits. I have a lot of kits that I could very easily hop on, and that might be season 3. Because once I'm done the 2 ginormous ones, that I get a couple of kits up and going, and I can show the dynamic between the 2. Because there is a huge difference between working a kit and working a self build. Apparently I disconnected. So I don't know where you guys lost me, but I'm back now. is super duper windy here, so I'm honestly kind of surprised that good things have continued to happen. I'm gonna phrase it like that. Oh, well, it is what's going on? Guess it's just gonna be one of those days. So I did a lot over this weekend. On Friday I got a lot of my 6 and 8 inch hoops. Yeah, 6 inch and 8 inch hoop art finished. So I do need to take pictures and get barcodes for it and whatnot, because, well, barcodes make it super easy when I'm at the craft fairs to price them out and scan them. So I have to go to Home Depot or Lowe's at some point this week too, because I have to pick up some chicken wire, and I also have to pick up some little S hooks so I can hook the art onto the displays that I've been making. So that's always fun. Yeah, I've been working on my when I have the option of having my tent, I intend on having some of my displays hanging off the sides of my tent for space. I also I have two tables now. I need to buy a comfy chair though. I need to buy a comfy chair that is portable. So those are all things on my I need to get this list. I need to make up. I'm gonna make up 5 kits for 5 of the helixes that I have. I'm doing my big old Pride helix. It's gonna get 5 kits. My bisexual helix is gonna get 5 kits. My transgender helix is gonna get 5 kits. The non-binary is gonna get 5 kits. And there was one more. And I can't remember. But those I've done some research, and that what was it? Yeah. I know that Pride, transgender, and non-binary are like the top 3 that are popular right now, because I now have to pay attention to market trends. Woo! Right there. Okay, that's that. Oh, that's it. Even though it is a little misplaced, I'm the only one who knows. No, I don't. And because I've been applying to jobs, I do need to start answering my phone. But at the same time, I don't want to answer my phone, because 99% of the people who are calling me are bots. And now with it becoming painfully with it becoming election season, which it shouldn't be. I am so disgusted with how America runs elections, because we should not be dealing with this our entire lives. I remember when I was little, January of the election year, you'd have to start dealing with the politics of it and whatnot. I still have not fully recovered from 2016. Like, it just hasn't stopped. And in Britain, they are given, okay, you announce your candidacy and you get all your signatures in this span of time. You advertise and do your debates in this span of time, and then we vote, and then nothing. Don't you fuck around till the next time you're allowed to be doing this. Like, I like that, because it gives us a break. I don't know about anybody else who's voting. Doesn't matter where you are. If you are a voting person and you're paying any attention to anything, even if you're not a voting person, like, you still have to deal with it. But it just keeps going. Like, I'm fatigued from all the bullshit. And I wonder if that's what they're hoping for. I seriously wonder if that is what everybody is hoping for. Is that we're just so tired that we're just going to go, here, have my vote. Now, when I get tired, I get cranky and spiteful. So, I do my due diligence. Like, I track them down to when they last had French toast with their grandson level. Yeah, even though. But yeah, I don't give away. I give away basic personal information that I already knows out on the internet. It's if you're stupid enough to try to engage. That's another thing, like with all the job searching and all the coaching that I'm getting. They're like, you really got to sell yourself more. You're really, really good at this and this and this and this. And guys, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but I'm not great at selling myself. I'm like, well, if you like my work, this is what I'm capable of. If you like it, you know I can do it. Hire me, and I can do it while you give me a paycheck. I don't want to have to try to convince someone, because why? You can see what I am capable of. You can see what I do. This interview should be a social interaction to see if you can get along with me. But I have deep moral rumblings about having to sell myself when you can see what I do. It's kind of like me giving you my resume, and then you going, oh yeah, fill out this application, and then getting me the interview to ask me questions about what I put on my application. That I actually had to shorten my resume a lot because I give too much information. Like, seriously. You should. Well, have fun retrieving the hatchling. You guys should see me when I'm writing out customs forms, because I do. I ship quite frequently. I ship a lot to Canada. So I'm comfortable in filling out like customs forms, and they're like, what's in the box? And I try to type out what's in the box, and they're like, nope. How about you be a little bit more brief? And I'm like, but you asked me what's in the box. And then they don't have the specific category of what you're putting in the box. It's like for example, when I shipped cross stitch, when I had to ship cross stitch across the the borders, cross the borders and go to custom. I had to put it as handcraft. It's handcrafts, sketches, and it's like hand sketches and one of a kind XYZ. And I'm like, this is not at all what it is. Not even close. Why don't we just call it knit? No, I don't want to. No. No, I will not put it down. It's not. Oh, maybe it's drugs. Maybe a little bit of drugs. Yeah, so I posted the Millennial Monopoly, and right next to the Millennial Monopoly was PBD's downfall. His kryptonite, the minis, and they I looked for. I did find the Raven King mini, by the way. He's $33. He's so cute. You know, I'm trying to mitigate. I have found him, but I'm gonna But yeah. So I found him. It was really relatively easy, but I always keep my eye out for the minis that PBD is looking for, because I travel through stores and I hang out in the arts and crafts section. So seriously, like, I have stuff that Jules is gonna get because she asked for it. If you guys see stuff or you have things on your wish list, I will gladly, in my travels, as long as it's like reasonably sized to ship, I have no problem. Like, it might take me a little while, but I have no problems searching and shipping it out. But yeah, you can't ask for like a giant TV or a 1976 bowling ball from Spalding or something like that. I can't do that, but if you're looking for arts and crafts stuff, I will totally keep my eye out for like a specific kind of shirt. I have no problems doing that kind of stuff. Because I'm in thrift stores a lot. Bringing you beauteous stuff now. I'm doing another one of my giant dragons. If you guys are following my Facebook page, my cover photo is one of my first stencil arts. It's the Maleficent dragon, as requested by Husband Creature. And I'm doing another one of those for the craft fair. I was going to do 2 and give them 1 to do for their raffle, but instead I decided on the dog with the morning glories on the morning glory fabric. I was like, no, this one will appeal to more, because the dragon is very specific. But I'm gonna work on a big stencil. Yeah, gonna work on it. The big stencils are hard to work with. That's my only problem, is they are really, really hard to work with. So. Oh, also, I did clean a little bit over in the Wide World of Raw. I told the Papasan that it needed to find its way. So I moved it to another room because I love my Papasan. It's not going anywhere. I just needed better room in here. I am trying to clean, organize, get at least this area kind of neat and tidy, so I can like, okay, I want to paint today. I'm gonna whip this out, yo, and have that already like ready to go, and it's gonna be a work. But the biggest journeys start with a single step, so I gotta start somewhere. Let's see, that is where I am looking to be. even counted right. And unfortunately, a lot of the colors I'm working on currently are traveling colors. So I'm trying to keep it as broad out. So if you actually come here, mute me, and just watch me stab stuff, it's all available just for you. But yeah, next couple, this week and next week, I'm finishing up. Won't be adding too much more to stock, but I do have to I do have to play pretend a little bit and make sure everything fits, everything works, where I'm gonna put everything. Because this one this one is actually my first on my own. Like I don't have, I'm not going with anybody else. This is my first on my own craft fair. So I mean, maybe I can convince Husband Creature to come with me. But yeah, today after stream, I have to do some classwork. And I want to thank everybody. I'm sure if I asked, he would. I just don't. I feel bad confining him to a gymnasium for I mean, the craft fairs go for a while, and especially like the multi-day ones, like they start at like 9 in the morning. They go till like 5 in the afternoon. So I always feel bad. What I wanted. Holy crap. Okay. Apparently my chargers weren't charging today, so I gotta step away and grab a charger for my stuff. Oh, also, gotta show off my shirt. My shirt is amazing. Not fun. We're excited. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're just gonna do the good old fashioned. There. Okay. And I was changing my string. Oh, all the fun. All the fun. We've hit 88.5%, 88.5%. Woo woo! I'm pretty sure, I'm actually really rather sure that we will we will hit 89-90% in the next couple of weeks. Just because of the situation. So I have a lot I want to do after stream today. What I will actually get done is a whole nother question. I need to get my schoolwork done, so that's number one. Number two is probably prepping dinner and whatnot, and number three is getting I have all kinds of buckets. Whenever we have takeout, that gives us like these plastic buckets. They give us these like plastic buckets. I like save those. Those are amazing. I want that, and I have a ton of them because because I do. So I'm gonna have like the pieces sorted out best I can, that kind of thing. Let's get our move on. Yeah, I've disconnected enough that my restream has been like, oh hey, here are your results of your stream. I'm like, I'm still going. Okay, I'm not gonna do that right. So thinking about all of this, like, I forgot what I was talking about. Welcome to my world. I'm super duper. I am tickled pink that I was able to get one of my goals for like I was aiming for May for both of them. And the fact that I got Infinity done way before May is really, really awesome. And funny enough, I will be hitting a 0 on the page here soon. So this one I don't frame all of them myself. For my really, really big ones, I pay for them to be framed. My Walt Disney one, which before White Buffalo Woman was my biggest cross-stitch to date, that one cost about $250 to frame. And it was significantly smaller than this one. So we'll start taking bets on how much will it cost to frame Buffalo Woman. I'm thinking $350 in that ballpark. And when getting fine art framed, make sure that they know how to handle the particular craft that you are working with. I was very fortunate that both the dry cleaner I went to and the framer I went to were both very experienced in embroidery. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not your Princess Frou Frou when I go and I wash these. I make sure that they do not run. I on the Facebook groups, some of these people, like, no hate on them. You do you, boo. But you mentioned that you toss your. I mean, I put it in a dainty bag. I put it in a ditty bag. But I will toss my cross stitches in the washer on hand cycle in a ditty bag. They've all survived. I always rinse it out. I always rinse it out with cold water. And accidents do happen. Like, for example, colors ran on me. I felt awful. Awful waffles, because they ran on me. And they ran through the cross stitch that I was working on. But that was my own mistake for not properly doing my job beforehand. Luckily, both the wonderful people who were watching understood and were awesome about it. But that's something that terrifies me is I don't want my colors to run. They're all the way back there. Oh my goodness. Lots of jumping because there's like 2 stitches all the way out here. Yeah, I need to rearrange my lighting setup again. We're good. 2 here. There we go. And we're gonna pull back and go down to the last row there. Do that fully knowing that I'm gonna. Well, actually, you guys can. This is. I think this is the next area. I have to zoom out a little bit, but next area I'm working in is a fill in the blank spot. So. This is one of those instances where I'm going off page because these 2 stitches are quite literally the only 2 stitches of this color in this area, and quite frankly it's easier to do from here to here than it is to go from like somewhere way up here all the way down for these 2 stitches. So sometimes I'm crazy. Oh my. Hello, Mr. Shoes. You sir definitely know how to make an entrance. Like, entrance skills 1000. A plus. But we don't need to be mean to PVD. So, 14 years ago yesterday, I had budgeted out the cost of my bathroom renovation at my house. And I was so pleased. I was like, $700? That's great. I'll have a little bit of wiggle room for any surprises that come up. So yesterday I reposted it with a comment, and surprises there were. Because when I remodeled my bathroom, there wasn't proper ventilation. So all of the steam over the course of the existence of the house and the internal toiletry had eaten the outside wall. So when I took down the plaster to do proper drywall and properly insulate the walls of the house, the outside of the wall fell off. Studs, everything. So I had to sister some studs, and it was awful. It was awful waffles. But seeing that yesterday, I'm like, and there were surprises. They weren't good surprises, but I never said good surprises. That random memory was brought to you by the tube. By the tube. No. Dragon probably has wild hatchlings. Who want shiny rocks. As someone with shiny rocks, I completely get it. I used to do that, like, I did. I used to bring in, like, gravel and whatnot, and my parents, at the time we lived in a trailer, mobile home, whatever you want to call them these days. and they would simply just put the rocks around the trailer and the gravel. So I still had them at the house, but they were in an area. I showered last night. I'm a night shower. I am a night showerer. Oh, I keep forgetting. So for those of you who are weird and don't pay attention to days of the week or holidays or anything like that, March 31st is Easter. It's Easter Sunday. I keep forgetting. Because it's I can get that. I've definitely found, and mind you, there are parameters involved. I don't mind water. I can't say that I appreciate being hauled off and splashed. Don't you dare ever pick me up and put me in that water, because you will pay. But I am incredibly good in the water, and I truly enjoy it. Like I my pain goes away when I'm in the water. So I truly enjoy the water, but there are definitely parameters. You don't splash me, and if you toss me in the water, I will make your life a living hell. Those are the parameters. They're very basic. They're very easy to follow. Like I don't consider myself, like, if it's warm. Like if it's warm water, I don't mind being splashed, but being splashed with cold water, I don't even mind my feet getting wet. Am I a fan? No. But if I step in a puddle and my feet are squishy, I will be okay. As I just send like half my audience into a tizzy for putting that thought in their brains. Like, again, not my favorite thing, but it's not enough to bother me, other than like, oh hey, my foot's wet. Maybe I should be concerned because I'm diabetic and squishy feet is not safe, but that's really the primary concern, and not, oh hey, sensory overload, squishy wet foot. Yes, I'm gonna keep going now. This is just one of the areas where I messed up, so I have to like make up my own shit. It's not bad. Like, I didn't mess up too horribly. It's just awkward. Mathing in my brain. Oh. The tubes is safe. The tubes loves us. It is just, the wind is just, oh, talking about glue guns. So, I have been finishing up stuff. Oh, ad break! I've been finishing stuff up. And yesterday, I got some hot glue on my hands and it hurt. It hurt a lot. There might have been some internal cursing. But it also made me very skittish to finish my foxes. I have glue sticks that are glitter glue sticks. I'll be whipping those out here soon, but I have glitter glue sticks. They make me super excited. I also have a whole sheet of non-acid foam board that I intend on getting nice and cut to the size of Rainbow Infinity and getting it all mounted up. Now, how I'm going to mount Rainbow Infinity. It will be good, but if you take it to a professional framer, they'll be able to, if they so choose, they'll be able to remove it and redo it to fit your frame. Or it will be good enough that if you have a frame, you can pop it in the frame and life will be good. Yeah, I'd be scared she'd try to steal it though. Because I mean, it's a nice piece. After that's one of the things that's gonna happen is after stream today, I'm gonna get my Persil detergent. I'm gonna put her on a nice gentle wash load and. Oh my goodness. I only have like two stragglers. I have one straggler there. One straggler there. Woo! It's kind of spitting snow here. I mean, this has been a really crappy winter for anything winter related. Like anything that you'd think would normally be like a winter thing. No. Oh, so last night was date night. Woo woo. Husband Creature and I went to go see Dune Part 2. Great movie. I do enjoy it. I sat still for almost 3 hours. Yeah, there's no snow. There is no snow. None. Nada. I'm not even on the coast. I'm an hour from the coast. Okay, we have hit 0 on 3840 on this page. Woo woo! Well, mind you, I almost fell over when I got up because, well, sitting still has its consequences. I'm that weird anomaly where it hurts to move, but once I get moving, it stops hurting. But the second I stop moving, it starts to hurt again. But in order to get it to stop, I have to start moving again, which hurts to start moving. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Okay, where's my marker? I have to Google on another part of my floor. Oh, what happened there? That was weird. 38. You're fine. Oh, it's the boy. It's the boy. I'm picking what color I want to do next. Always a fun adventure. Okay, so they're all zigzaggy colors, so it's a okay, have fun. Back up to the top. That one. That one. I misplaced my 826, so that one's not happening. Okay, we're gonna do that. We're doing 37, which is a color we just oh my goodness. That means it's gonna be later before he gets back home. 3756. We just worked on this a little bit in Rainbow Infinity. Maybe that's why I was like, earlier on. But it's a good block color. It'll fill in lots of little annoying spots that we all know I hate. Lay down, guys. Renovation is picking back up at the house up the hill where they're working on transitional housing. Work's picking back up on that, so it'll be fun. It'll be all kinds of fun. Yeah. HC did a stint as a driver. He did not approve. So, all the more power to Mr. Jules. Yes, I do it on purpose. Weird little reefer right here. Yeah, it fills in all kinds of like little weird stuff. Makes it look like confetti when it's really, really not. This is where I'm a monster. I would put on noise-canceling headphones and let her scream and let her cry. She can work her way through it. Again, I'm a monster, but that is exactly, if I was so stressed out and tired that I was in your position, Jules, I would make sure she stayed safe, but I would plop on noise canceling whatever I had, and let her work it out, scream it out, cry it out, feel those feelings, work through your overload. then talk about it later. Because mommy is also allowed to have feelings that are too big for her to handle at the time, and what sometimes that is you. Sometimes you are the feelings that mommy can't handle right now. I am a bad person. Do not follow my parenting advice. You can follow my cross-stitching advice, but do not follow my parenting advice, because I am a monster. And don't forget, also just pile on that it's spring forward, so as much sleep as you didn't get, you got even less. Oh. I'm sorry, Dragon. I'm sorry. I feel that. Yeah, I was not. I was up at 4, but I just stayed in bed. Then I went to sleep, and then I woke up again at whatever time husband creature's alarm went off. I know it seems like nothing's going in here, but rest assured, it fills it in. Oh my goodness. Well, if he opened his eyes. Again, don't take Ra's advice unless it's cross-stitching. Disclaimer, Ra's advice is bad. Unless it's about cross-stitching, or arts and crafts. With string. Real reason I picked this color is after I'm done this area that I'm working on here, it goes to a giant piece of block color. It's just getting through all the filament. So it's a surround the filament kind of color. Yeah. Yeah. %. Woo woo. Yeah. I the first rule is always look up. And behind you. Like but yeah, I don't have a well, I took mine this morning. Actually mildly responsible adult today. Only mildly responsible though.
There's nothing more powerful than you making your thing happen. Really going for it. Doing business on your terms.
Doing business on my terms.
You're all making a difference.
I wish I could do business on my terms. Ooh. No. Where did the hot pink come from? There is no hot pink in this cross stitch. There's some very dull pink, but there is no hot pink. I have so much dog fur that I'm gonna have to pluck out. Filling in the gap. Her dress is finally starting to, like, her dress ends. Oops, let's see. If I can zoom out a little bit. Best version of zoom out, yeah. Her dress ends here. She only has a couple of dots and lines left. Nah, that'll wait till your mid-40s when your warranty starts to run out. I don't think my doctor knows how to take me and my sense of humor because I know a lot about myself medically. I know more than the average bear about my medical issues. So obviously I have a dark sense of humor, and when I use it around her, she's always just so taken aback. I have the drinky yogurt because it's a good fast boost. Another thing I need to do today. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to dervish after stream, so that's gonna be fun. Oh. So I'm making one of these for me, and I'll show it off in Discord and whatnot when it's done. But so I went to BAM yesterday. It's a Borders wannabe kind of thing. So I was up in their gaming section, and it was a little, I want to say, resin cast of a little crib. That's the best way I can put it. It was a crib, but on the back it said, "Dice jail, you know what you did." And I have little hunks of 1x, and I also have little skewers that I could, and I also have dainty little work tools that I could make one all for myself, and I could wood burn in the dice jail, you know what you did, and have probably one that's better quality than the one I saw, and even for a one shot, I'm pretty sure I could make better than the store, and it's all stuff that I already have lying around my house. Motherfucker. Today isn't Oh wow. Yeah, I am blessed to not have that issue. In all fairness, our food sometimes goes bad because we're like, oh no, I thought you were gonna eat it, and I was like, no, you can have it. Yeah, that's where most of our food goes. Like I have some broccoli that is going to be prepared today because we need to prepare it. Tonight is going to be chicken, broccoli, and potatoes. Well, husband creature worries because I can only eat certain things. Let's be fair, I have a very limited diet. So he tries to be considerate of what I can eat in the house. Especially since I also have a habit of not eating, and then I have a locking refrigerator. For that reason, like back when I rented out rooms in my house, I had a mini fridge that locked because I unfortunately had people with no boundary respects. So I that is a story on how I got a locking refrigerator. Now it's a lot of weird, awkward jumping around. We'll see. We'll see where I can go. Let's see. There's that. This is also according to the messed up area. No. Yeah. But I have a very high protein, high fiber based diet due to the celiac and also due to the diabetes, because I depend on the protein to carry my sugar. Where most people depend on carbohydrates to carry their sugar, I depend on protein to carry my sugar. And unfortunately, when I start to move, I burn through the protein and I don't have a whole lot of complex carbs to stuff in my face and depend on. I do have a lot of simple carbs that I do stuff in my face and that I do depend on, but they're not the healthiest choices. Seeing how far I can reach, because a lot of the area that I'm working in now is just very scattered. Once I run out, I'll go over to the pump down. Let's see, where is it? This clump right here is all the color that I'm working on. And it's all foobarred because I can't count. There's that there. That's all. That's all. And it's really hard to see because it's a white color on a white fabric next to some sparkly white. Because, like I said, this color tends to be around the little bits of filament that I did. going somewhere. That's... I have enough for like a couple more little random spots. Yeah, unfortunately, once I log off, I'll be done stitching, at least for today, just because of classwork needing to get done. I am on my project. I don't know how many of you clicked and peeped. It's very, very rough. But unfortunately, or fortunately, it's still probably better done than a lot of my cohort people. Why? I don't know. But yeah, I get to talk to myself. I get to talk to the camera for about half an hour after I'm done here, and that is definitely one of the beautiest things about making dinner for later, is I don't have to make sure that it's all done all at the same time. So I can start on the potatoes and get those done and get them all plated or put in their containers, and not have a problem. I need to find out where it's tipping again. I'm gonna clip some long threads on the back of Rainbow, toss Rainbow into the hand wash cycle, get some air dry going on, some mad press skills. Oh yeah, just the so many different opinions on how to clean a cross stitch. It's like, well, don't be stupid about it. Know which colors run. My blanket's name is the Purple Void, and I love it. And the reason I'm thinking about this and whatnot is, there was a lady who's like, hey, the middle of my cross stitch is still wrinkly. What do I do about it? The first thought that came into my mind, because mind you, I just got done framing the foxes. And some of the foxes have some really strong seams. Even though they were washed, they were pressed, and whatnot, and there were still seams. Now, mind you, most of them were able to be pulled out with tension. So most of the seams on the foxes didn't show up, but with cross stitch, so it's called warping. You ladies do needlework, so you were cross stitch warps just like crocheting and knitting does. The action of weaving warps your fabric, or your coalescence of thread. And in order I should block my cross stitch when I'm done. But I pay people to do that. But she was super concerned if it was going to ruin her cross stitch. And I didn't say anything because you do you, baby boo. But I was just considering, well, mount it from you go from the top, you secure the top, you stretch it, put it on the side, secure. Go down a little bit, stretch it, you gotta pull down a little bit, secure it to the side, go. And that's how I got most of the wrinkles out of the foxes. Mind you, again, the foxes are my art. They are upcycled, used with recycled materials, save for the stretcher bars, because I buy them when I can find them, but for me to do what I do, I sometimes need to buy outside sources. But so my advice to anybody worried is be careful of your reds, your pinks, sometimes blues, sometimes. Those are generally your colors, and the darker the color, the more apt it is to do. If you don't want your color to run, rinse your darker colors off before. Now, mind you, most commercial colors these days color fast their items, but if you're like me, none of my Heaven and Earths are in this boat, but I use older threads that didn't do the color fasting beforehand, so I always try to rinse those off. I try to rinse those specific colors off before I utilize them, because I do realize that I'm going to wash this. Or if you forget, cold water. They will not run in cold water. And that's when you can seal them after you start. Oh my goodness, time has flown right past. I'm gonna finish this little section right here, and then give you guys some stats, and repeat my schedule for the week. Oh yeah, my fabric. Like, that's part of the reason Cthulhu has that spot. So sorry. If I don't, and I have seen, because I did a wash round, that if I let it set, I let it dry, and then I rinse it off again, because letting it dry lets it set a little bit more. So I'll finish up this cross and I'll show you, because I didn't take any pictures of it. I just haven't gotten that far in my life. But I showed off a piece of green fabric that I had dyed, and I showed it off while it was still wet. Let me give you stats, and then I'll go find some of my work. Okay, so we did 222 stitches today. Woo woo! We got up to 88.58%. We are at 18,000. I wish. 182,467. So we went up. Let's see, 15.15% is what we went up. So that's pretty awesome. No, was it? No. 0.11%. 0.11. Which is still pretty awesome. So close. So close. But let me go grab my example. Okay, so I dyed this fabric and I did the sun on it. But I rinsed it out twice because I used a cotton dye on a synthetic fabric. So, not generally recommended, but if you're just hanging this on your wall, nothing's gonna happen to it. So, yeah. We'll put it down here. But as you can see, it was also embossed, which I really like. Like, I purposely seek out the fabric that's one color, but it has the details, because when you dye it, it pops out the details of what was embossed or put on the fabric. So I did that with this one. But it all got rinsed. It all got dyed out, and you can see that I could probably go over and brush over with a little bit darker color here in the center, but I'm not gonna, because in person you can't really see that bleed through. But and you can see little bits of wrinkles. This was washed. It was ironed. But because of the nature of my art, some things are going to be a little dented and dinged. Well, I see that it is the noontime hour. I want to thank everybody for the gift of their time. I will be back tomorrow at 10 for more Buffalo Woman. And Wednesday I'm off, and Thursday is the premiere of Hogwarts, the Lego program. It's a Lego program. So, I will talk to everybody later. Have a great day, and I will always be around lurking somewhere.